Partograph Use. It is a graphical record of a woman and a fetal and maternal condition during labor on a labor record or the partogram on which vital signs, fetal heart rate, cervical dilation, descent of the fetal head, urine test, and any drug administration can be recorded. So the purpose is to detect abnormal progress of labor as early as possible, to prevent prolonged labor, to recognize CPD long before obstructed labor, to assist in early decision on transfer, augmentation, or termination of labor, to increase the quality and regularity of all observations of mother and fetus, and to recognize maternal or fetal problems as early as possible. So there are considerations in using partograph. It should be started when a woman is in active labor, then the cervix dilated at 4 cm or more. If there are any complications that require immediate attention, take appropriate actions before starting partograph. Then all the recordings on the partograph should be done. Each rectangle of the time represents 1 hour. Then record the number of hours passed since the partograph was started in the upper row, and the record the actual time in the lower row. So this is the partograph form based on the given case study by our clinical instructor. So I will show you how to graph all of those information in the case study. So Mrs. B was admitted at 10 o'clock a.m. on September 19, 2013. So she is gravida 1, para 0. So the hospital number is 1443. So fill out this upper portion of the partograph form. So the patient's name is Mrs. B, 1443, the registration number, the date, and the para and gravida. So this graph is for the fetal heart rate, plotting the fetal heart rate. So this one is for the liquor molding. Then this one is for plotting the fetal head and the cervix dilation. This one is for the hours, time. Then plotting for the contractions per 10 minutes. Then this one is for the oxytocin. Then the drops per minute for the infusion rate. Then the drugs and IV fluids. Then this one is for plotting the blood pressure and the pulse, the temperature, and the urine. So first, it started at 10 o'clock a.m. in the morning, and it ended at 8 o'clock in the evening. So I used 13 instead of 1 o'clock in the afternoon because 13 is one of the indication it is an afternoon session. So 13, 14, 15, and so on. It stopped at 20 at 8 o'clock in the evening. So the fetal head is 3/5 palpable above the symphysis pubis. So the fetal head is 3. Then I plotted as circle. Then the cervix is 4 cm dilated. Then I plotted as X. Then the contractions per 10 minutes is 2. So each lasting for 30 seconds. So I draw stripe lines because it didn't the seconds do not last above 40 seconds. So stripe lines. If it is below 20, then dot. Then if it is above 40, then shade the box as an indication for the contractions per 10 minutes. Then the FHR 140. Then the membranes intact. So I put I as an indication that the membrane are intact. Then blood pressure 100/70. This one 100/70. I use this as an indication for blood pressure. Then pulse dot. The pulse is 80 per minute. Then at 10:30, FHR 140, this one. Then contractions, two contractions, each 25 seconds. Then stripe lines, then the pulse is 90, this one. Then at 11 o'clock, FHR is 136, this one. Then contractions, 2 per 10 minutes, each 15 seconds. So 15 seconds below 20, so dot siya. Then the pulse is 88 per minute, this one, 88. At 11:30, the FHR is 140. Then contractions, 2 per 10 minutes, each 30 seconds, this one. Then stripe lines, the pulse is 84, this one, 84 per minute. At 12 o'clock in the noon, FHR is 136, this one, 136. Then contractions, 2 per 10 minutes, each 30 seconds, so stripe lines gihapon. Then pulse is 88 per minute. Then the temperature is 36.2. So this one, 36.2 Celsius. And the membrane is intact, I put I. Then the fetal head is 5 per 5 palpable above the symphysis pubis. So this one, 5 fetal head. And the cervix dilation is 4 centimeter. Then at 12:30, the FHR is 136. Then the contractions, 2 per 10 minutes, each 30 seconds. Stripe lines gihapon. Then the pulse is 90 per minute. 90. Dayon, at 30 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the FHR is 140. Contractions, 2 per 10 minutes, each 30 seconds. Stripe gapon, stripe lines at 2 contractions. Then the pulse is 88. This one, 88 per minute. Then at 2 o'clock, the FHR is 140. 140. At 1:30, the FHR is 130. This one. Then the contractions is 2 per 10 minutes, each 30 seconds. So stripe lines gapon. Then pulse is 88. This one, 88 gapon. Then at 2 o'clock, the FHR is 140. Contractions, 2 per 10 minutes, each 30 seconds. Stripe gihapon siya. Dayon, pulse is 90. This one, pulse. Then the temperature is 36.8 Celsius. The blood pressure is 100/70. This one. Then the fetal head is 3 per 5 palpable above the symphysis pubis, so 3. The fetal head is 3. Then the cervix is 4 centimeter dilated. This one, 4 centimeter dilated. Then the urine output is 300 ml. Then negative ang protein og acetone. Then the labor augmented with oxytocin 2.5 units in 500 ml IV fluid, 2.5 oxytocin, then at 10 drops per minute. Then membranes artificially ruptured, clear fluid. So clear fluid, I put C as an indication for clear fluid, and the membranes artificially ruptured. Then sutures opposed, so I use plus sign for the sutures opposed. Then at 2:30, the 2 contractions in 10 minutes, each lasting 35 seconds, so stripe lines gihapon. This one, 2. Then infusion rate increased to 20. So, nag-increase siya 20. Then, FHR is 140. Then, pulse is 90. Then, at 3 o'clock, 3 contractions in 10 minutes, each lasting 40 seconds. So, this one, 3 seconds na. So, nag-increase siya 3 contractions. So, stripe lines gyapon. Ayun, infusion rate increased to 30. Ayun, 30. Then, FHR is 140, still 140. And the pulse is still 90 per minute. At 3:30, 3 contractions in 10 minutes, each lasting 45 seconds. So, above 40 naman siya. So, shaded na siya ang box. And infusion rate increased to 40. So, 40, nag-increase na siya 40. Na yun, the FHR is 140, still 140. Pulse is 88, ninaog siya per minute. Then, at 4 o'clock, the fetal head now is 2 per 5 palpable above the symphysis pubis. So, 2 na ayang fetal head. Then, the cervix is 6 cm dilated. Nag-increase na yung cervix dilation. So, the infusion rate maintained at 40 yapon. Then, amniotic fluid clear. So, this one, clear yung amniotic fluid clear. Then, at 4:30, 3 contractions in 10 minutes, each lasting 45 seconds. So, this one, last for shaded chat 3 contractions. Then FHR is 140. Then the pulse is 90. 140. Pulse is 90. Then the infusion increased to 50. Then at 5 o'clock, the FHR is 138. 138. 140 kaganiha, 138 karon. Dayon. Pulse is 92. This one, 92. Dayon. Contractions kay shaded gyapon 3 per 10 minutes each 45 seconds. Maintain at 50. Then at 6 o'clock the FHR is 140. Pulse is 96. Then the contractions is 4 per 10 minutes each 50 seconds. So, shaded part gihapon. So, kuan na siya. Nag-increase na siya by 4 at 6 o'clock. So, 4 contractions each 50 seconds. Maintain at 50 gihapon. Then, FHR at 6:30, FHR 144. Dayon. Pulse is 94. Then, contractions 4 per 10 minutes each 50 seconds, same as 6 o'clock. Then, maintain at 50. Then, at 7, the fetal head is now 0 na siya. Then ang contractions kay 4 contractions in 10 minutes each lasting 50 seconds. So 4 na siya dere. Dayon shaded gihapon. Then FHR is 144. Then ang cervix is fully dilated. So 10 cm na yung cervix. So, mother feels expulsive. Then at 7:30, 4 contractions. 4 contractions in 10 minutes, each lasting 50 seconds. So 4 contractions, same. Then FHR is 142. Then pulse is 100. This one. Then at 8 o'clock or 4 contractions in 10 minutes, each lasting 50 seconds. This one, shaded part. Then FHR is 146. Then pulse is 110 per minute. Then spontaneous birth of a live male infant weighing 654 grams. So you can put here the spontaneous vaginal delivery at 20 hours. Then a live male infant with a weight of 2,654 grams. That's all. Thank you.